Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Slayer. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos here with the 411 for SmackDown Live. Denver, Colorado, once again tonight, October the 3rd, 2017. We start off the show. Renee Young is in the ring, welcoming us. Not as bright and as powerful as she should have. Was a warm welcome by no stretch of the imagination. Then she introduces Jinder Mahal. Again, kind of lackluster-ish. I'm not going to throw a huge flag on that. I know Renee... My thinking is that she's got a lot on her mind because of everything that's went on with Las Vegas the last couple of days, because that's where she lives, so we can't throw a flag on Renee. Shinsuke does a promo, no mouthpiece in, very key, very key. Glad to see that he didn't have that in this time. Jinder attacks, they brawl for a little, but Jinder gets the one-up on him, and he leaves Shinsuke laying, which is good that they had a little bit of physicality. I hate that they didn't have a face-off, but as the night progressed, we kind of understand why that there wasn't that face-off between the two. The first match was Carmella and Natalya versus Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. It was a very closely contested match, I thought. Well, what does that mean? Well, that means that it wasn't totally all one-sided. There was a lot of back and forth in it. I really liked the match. Of course, I love being able to see Becky, and Becky's my favorite. So, in the end, Charlotte taps to Natalya and the sharpshooter, which I don't love going into a pay-per-view match for a title. The champion tapping the challenger. I don't love that, going into this. Now, if that result happened on Sunday without this being the thing tonight, then it would have been fine. But I would have rather seen Natty roll her up real quick or tap Becky, because it just makes more sense. I don't like the whole, the definitive win, because it wasn't set up properly. I don't know what agent put it together, but they failed on the finish. And then we get a 40-minute promo package. At least it felt like it. God, it felt so long for Shane and Kevin Owens. WWE needs to remember that SmackDown is only a 2-hour show, and there needs to be a lot that they need to get into. There's more than just that one match, instead of a video package that entails the whole thing. That, by the way, we're going to see again on Sunday before their match. I don't like it. You've got more talent on the roster that you can put in matches that could do something on the show to actually have a match on TV. That's why you pay these guys. You pay them to wrestle at the end of the day, to entertain. That's what they're there for. Use them. Don't just roll a package, and you have all this social media and .com and everything. Use it. Use that for the packages. Put a small little video package together, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And, this video package, it might have been like 2 minutes long, but it just it felt forever. Anyway, I just think they could better utilize that. Mike Kanellis jobbed out to Bobby Roode, which you should know was going to happen. It was very quick. Dolph comes out, and Dolph does what he's been doing. Says he has a big entrance planned for Sunday. We'll see. I don't know. They still didn't do the CM Punk entrance, which is really funny because I know crowds have been wanting that every week for like a month. They keep chanting CM Punk, which tells me that that's the one they want to see him do. And it's kind of hard because, let's remember, CM Punk used Killswitch Engage and Living Color in his WWE run, and WWE has to pay to use that music. They can't just use it. It has to be approved. They have to pay for it. ahead of time, and they're kind of cutting costs right now. So, sorry guys. The Usos promos absolutely crushed it. I love the intensity. The verbiage was all pinpointed, perfect. These guys, I feel like these guys have really, really grown leaps and bounds with their promo ability, because it's not something that they weren't always in a position to do it like they are now. And it's just amazing. And the New Day, they came out. Big E was very passionate, and his promo, I put it right under what the Usos did. I can't wait for Sunday. A lot of people in the crowd. I didn't hear a lot of reaction to it. I hope that changes for Sunday. It should. The sad part about this is that it's probably going to end on Sunday, and I hate it, but I mean, this has been going on for several months, so it's been a good story. And they've had really good matches. I mean, think about the SummerSlam match, stole the show, and it was on the pre-show, on the kickoff. The Sin City Street fight several weeks back was very, very good. And it wasn't in the main event as it should have been. And then, I mean, all the interactions and everything, it's just, this whole story has been money, because these guys have delivered. And Big E was very adamant about that in his promo, and I gotta hand it to him. I feel like that was him, the way he delivered it, just putting frustration into it because they're not getting their proper due. By the way, I once again say that this match needs to main event, which means it needs to be the last match on the pay-per-view. I feel like it's not going to be. I feel like Shane and Kevin Owens is going to go on last, but the tag titles should, because they are going to outdo whatever Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon is going to do. I guarantee you. More on that later. We get a Jinder promo backstage. This is good. We didn't hear Jinder earlier in the night, so it's good to hear final words from the champion going into a title defense. Ty Dillinger beats Baron Corbin with a quick roll-up, which I don't love, because Baron's going into a title match on Sunday. Again, had he lost to AJ in a tag match, kind of like the women, it would have been different. I wouldn't have loved it either, but I just don't know what they're doing with Baron Corbin. I feel like it's set up perfectly for him to steal the United States title on Sunday. And if he doesn't win Sunday, I kind of feel like this is a big moment in the career of Baron Corbin. If they don't give him the title, then I don't know what they're going to do with him. AJ Styles promo telling him he's going to not beat him. Randy Orton beats Aiden English. Aiden is so great. He feeded into that pop-up RKO. It was fantastic. And then Shane and Kevin Owens, look, I could sit here and talk about this for another 5 or 6 minutes and tell you, there was Shane come out, Kevin Owens was up in the crowd, and then Shane went after him. He gets powerbombed through a table. Kevin comes down. Shane comes back. They brawl. Eventually, pop-up powerbomb. We go home. Shane did do one thing, though, that's noteworthy. He made this false count anywhere, which is funny because in a Hell in a Cell, that's got to tell you that they're getting out of the cell, which to me tells me that they're going to break the cell somehow, which also tells me definitively that this match is going to main event this pay-per-view, and I'm not going to like it, and I'm going to bash them. Because the tag titles is going to outshine this in every way possible. I guarantee you. There's too many more variables in that match than there is. Now, I will say this. I've thrown around the idea, and I've said this on Twitter. I may have mentioned this here on YouTube a couple of times. But think about this. What if Sami Zayn turns heel? I haven't heard anybody else say that. What if Sami Zayn turns heel? And with that, I bid you a fond farewell and adieu. I will be here on Friday, is my proposed date, depending on how work schedules and everything, all that in life gets in the way, for predictions. So until then, deuces, as always, and chaos.